There we go. All right. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here tonight. Welcome to our another virtual happy hour. I swear we're getting close to this being over. I know, and I can feel it. Maybe. Here comes Trina. Let's get her in here. There we go. All right, cool. All right, so welcome to our virtual happy hour. We've got Mending Hearts here tonight to talk to us. So the last time we all met, we were giving away a lot of money. If part of Impact last year, so we were giving away over $200,000. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about what Impact is really quickly, and then we're going to get into we're going to talk to Trina and April and then Diane about. They're going to update us on Mending Hearts, our partnership, what they've been doing, and what their experience was like with Impact. So let's jump right in. All right, so really quickly, if you're new to Impact, just want to share that I'm Ginger Duncan, and I'm the president this year. Michelle was the president last year, and she's on here as well. And we've got other board members. We want to welcome you. But we're a nonprofit women's giving circle. So we empower women to collectively invest in and develop nonprofits in our community. So all of our money stays in our community. So each woman donates $1,000 annually. And then we take all that money and pull it together, and 100% of that money goes towards to our local nonprofits. They go through a competitive grants process, and April may share a little bit of that what it was like to go through that process with us tonight. Pretty competitive, but a wonderful process, and we're great. I think we're great stewards with everyone's money. And our mission is to build a dynamic and diverse membership of generous women who accelerate positive social change through collaborative philanthropic, I can't say that word, in greater Nashville area. So philanthropic women. Our long-term goal is to grow to 500 members. And last year we were the largest we've ever been with 204 members. This is our impact model again. So at least 100 women come together. Each woman donates $1,000. We pull all that money together and we give away $100,000 increment awards away to local nonprofits. Our impact has grown. So look at this. So we started in 2015 with 26 members. They gave away $26,000. So Michelle, why don't you just share just really quickly about how Impact got started here?
Oh, sure, I'd be happy to. Back in 2015, there was two other women that I worked with at Bridgestone, and one of them, Jolene Skinner, had been part of Impact Austin in Austin, Texas. And her husband had said to her, why don't you create Impact Nashville? And she said to him, now, why in the world would I do that? And his response was so great. It was, because it's the only thing that you've ever been involved with that brought you joy and energy and you never complained about. And so she, along with Molly Locker and I, within 4 months became a 401c3 and launched Impact Nashville. We found out years later that we were part of a greater impact community with multiple impacts in cities around the globe, even in Australia. And as you can see, our network and our impact has grown ever since then.
Yeah, thank you, Michelle. It's a wonderful story. And yes, as you can see, every year we've gotten a little bit larger. We took a little bit of a hit in 2020 because of COVID. As you can see, we dropped down to 90 members, but then last year, 204 members, incredible. And this year, our goal is 300 members. So we can give away 3 $100,000 grants to our local nonprofit community. So we're on track. We have 73 members. A lot of people wait to join. So if you're waiting to join, go ahead and join. You don't have to wait. But we have 73 current members, and we're on track for 300 members this year. And you can go to our website and join. It's very easy, or you can reach out if you want more information about that. So this is the impact we've had. So we've given away $571,000. It's a lot of money. These are the organizations that we've supported that we're still partners with. Shower Up was just reaching out, asking for Valentine cookies. They're going to be giving away Valentine cookies on Valentine's Day. So if you're downtown Nashville, want to bring some cookies down, that'd be great. We'll be taking some cookies down there myself. But we still partner with all these organizations, and they reach out when they need something. Mending Heart is going to talk tonight, and one of the things they've just requested is women's business attire. So we shared that with all of our members. If you saw that, we also shared that through social media. So if you've got some old suits, some old business clothes that you want to donate, you can take them down to their address on 44th Avenue. So we love these partnerships, and we like to stay in touch with our nonprofits because we all just become part of a family. So last year, our two winners were Mending Hearts and Tennessee Kids Belong. Tonight, we're going to hear from Mending Hearts. These are our corporate sponsors. And we always want to say thank you to our corporate sponsors. They help us with our operational costs because 100% of your $1,000 goes to our nonprofit community. We do have such as technology for our grants process and things like that. And so they help support all of our operational costs, and we are so thankful for them. Janet Walls is on the call tonight, and she heads up our sponsorship. All right, who's going to go first? April's going to be you, Trina, or Diane?
Trina's going to give a little overview of who we are and what we do.
Okay, that's great. All right, go for it, Trina.
Thank you, Ginger. Thank you, Impact 100. Once more and again, I can never thank you enough, not only for ending our calendar year, but giving us a great kickoff start for the mission of 2022. Man, your impact for these women, I think you guys know we serve some of the most vulnerable populations. And the reason being that we serve these women is the mission was driven from my personal life. And I'm just ecstatic at this point from all the support. And just I just can't believe that a group of women came from an idea like this, but I can because I came from an idea like this. But for you guys to pull together in this city, when there's so many other agencies doing so much, you came with this unique idea to support our mission. And so we're forever grateful to be bringing in women from all walks of life, from 90 plus counties here in Nashville, to serve not only a portion of the homeless, but those who serve with those who have mental illness as well as addiction. And so because of you, we're able to serve so many more and meet those immediate needs. And so while they may not seem as big needs, when a woman comes in with nothing, 9 times out of 10, man, she just needs some love and support and know that there's a community to walk with her. And that's what we want to do at Mending Hearts. And I'll let April and them tell you why we continue to be here, because it's people like you. And so I'm forever grateful. I hope that you don't ever go nowhere. And my prayer is that these 200 something women that you got this year, that next year you'll have 500 and something women. So I want to thank each and every one of y'all. Janet, just keep knocking down the doors. There are more people going to help. There are more women coming. I see my friend Sharon, Dr. Sharon Shields on here. I just love so many of you. Just meeting you at the function. Angela, you guys were just amazing. I love you. And I just can't thank you enough for doing what you do, coming out of your own comfort zone and really coming back, touching this city, some of the most vulnerable populations. So I know you could be doing so much for so many other people, but please, please, and we're not just always asking for money, man, just come and see the magic, because you never know if it'll be your family member. And if you can just come and see this magic that's really happening, something real tangible and precious, I think you'll continue to do what you do, and we're forever grateful for you. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Trina. Thanks for being on the call. And April, as you're sharing a little bit about kind of what you guys have been doing and your experience with Impact, tell us a little bit about what you do, what y'all's mission is, because we got some new ears on the call today, and they'd love to hear about your mission.
Absolutely. So we serve, as Trina said, we serve all 95 counties. We are the largest full continuum of care facility in Tennessee, serving only women. And so with that, we serve 110 women at a time, and it is regardless of their ability to pay. So that means we really do meet every woman where she is. Some other facilities might have some limitations We have medical detox. So if a woman is, had just used 15 minutes ago, we can still take her in and safely treat her. If she's been working another program and maybe that program's just not working for her, we can take her and maybe put her further in the program. One of the things that we've seen with COVID and some of the trials that we've all gone through is that our numbers are increasing exponentially of women that need to be served. Like Trina said, not just in addiction, but also mental health issues. And so we recently just added a partial hospitalization program, which is PHP. So that will serve women who maybe can't come into residential, but can come to our campus every day for service. And so they get a meal, they get to receive all of the benefits of treatment, and then be able to go to a residence afterward. Like Trina said, most of the women that come in are homeless, indigent, they do not have anything. And so, handing them their basic needs, which is, you'll see part of what Impact 100 income went to, is just handing them a toothbrush and, hygiene items and making sure they can get a hot shower and clothes. Trina tells a wonderful story about her beginnings. And one of the most impactful things for her was somebody dropping off, fresh laundered, used, but still fresh laundered clothes in her size that she could wear. And so that's important to us, to make them feel like they are loved, appreciated, and we care for not just, their recovery. It's important to us that it's not institutional. We have a facility of a 4-block radius campus with 15 homes. So the women are able to live in an environment that feels warm and welcoming and not like a treatment facility. And one of the things that Trina speaks about often is that, she wants these women to feel integrated into the community, even at Mending Heart, so that when they are ready for graduation and moving on, that they are in a comfortable state and it's not a shock to their system. Another important piece for us is integrating them back into society. Reentry is very difficult. And one of the pieces that we see is super important, and further in our program, the women have to be employed, they have to secure employment. We are beginning to implement a career pathways program, which one of our fantastic board members is heading up, which is what those business, the suits and attire is about. But, finding women, like what their purpose is, what are they good at, what kind of education do they want to complete, helping them with job skills, interview, resume building, et cetera. So looking at that full perspective of not just treating the addiction and the mental illness, but also reintegrating them into society where they can live independently, find their purpose, and give back to their community.
Wonderful. Thank you, April.
Sure.
All right. So tell us what you guys have been doing.
Hi, it's Diane, and I am Development Director at Mending Heart. And I'm just going to kind of give a snapshot of the funding that Mending Hearts was awarded, kind of where it went. And but I do want to say first, because I don't want to forget it at the end, is that Mending Heart, we are, like Trina said in April, we are thoroughly just blessed and totally thrilled that Impact 100 Nashville saw Mending Heart to be worthy of these funds here. And I just want you to know that we can't do what we do without community involvement, without community support. And so it really takes all of us. So this isn't just Mending Hearts, it's really all of us putting it together and making it happen. I'm going to start on the right side, which is residential treatment. And residential treatment, as we kind of talked a little bit earlier about, is it's really the first place that a woman who was just in active addiction will go to residential treatment. So she would have come from medical detox, and then she would go into residential treatment. And it's a program that is it's staff heavy. It really focuses on stabilization of the client, and she is receiving counseling, therapies, group support, as well as treatment. And from there, she'll go to either intensive outpatient program, which is IOP, we use a lot of acronyms, so sorry about that. And then there's also PHP, which is Partial Hospitalization Program. And IOP is a program that is services that really support motivational interviewing, seeking safety programs, things that are going to focus on building healthy relationships. So it's really setting up the women to understand about their addiction, to understand about their disease, and to move forward from there. And then so the partial hospitalization program, it's a little bit more intense than IOP is, because it is so we have co-occurring, which is mental health and substance use disorder, and really just probably 95% of the women that come in are co-occurring. There is very, very few that are just dealing with substance use disorder. So it is really both of those that really get impacted through IOP and PHP. We have housing utilities, and so as April mentioned, we house 110 women at a time. So that's, we have many houses with lots of utilities. So this is greatly appreciated and helps to really fund the women to be able to stay on campus, because it's an inpatient program. And I don't know if it was mentioned because I didn't hear that it was, but we are full continuum and we are up to 2 years. So they can stay at Mending Hearts for 2 years. And our average is probably close to 9-10 months, if not longer. And so then we're going to jump over to basic needs. And that is a little bit of what April was talking about. They come really to Mending Hearts with nothing. They're coming from the streets, couch surfing. They are coming to us from incarceration. So if they're coming to us and they have a bag with them, I mean, they're doing good, to be honest with you. So we provide basic needs, and that does include food, because when they come, they don't have anything. And then also just personal hygiene items are important, and things such as bedding and towels and stuff like that. Medications is for recovery is super important to get them to focus on their recovery. And so what this does is it actually helps to assist with their mental health and substance use disorder, and create balance and stability so that they can focus on the program, and they can focus on maintaining their relationship as far as staying sober, and just even getting together and being with women. There's a lot of personalities. And so so medications is good for anxiety and other things like that. So it's over the counter as well as prescription. We have community reintegration, and that is for us is just, it's a super huge blessing that we're able to give for the women who have done the hard work, have put in the time, and they are, most of them are in independent living that will be going through community reintegration. And so they are employed, they have finished the program, and they have really done everything they need to do, and they are ready to go back into community and to live a life of recovery. And so the funding here is actually helping to provide support for them with security deposits and utility deposits to get them a little jump off into community. And then the last one is $8,000 is going towards our peer support community. And this is our largest community on campus. It is pretty staff intensive. And so this is some of the funding here is going towards case management. So in all, this all equals $102,000. And we are totally grateful. And then I think April's going to share a little bit about where we are right now in the last 2 months of where we serve the women.
Perfect. Thank you, Diane, so much. And for those of you that are new on the call, so when an organization applies for our grant, they break it down like this. So they tell us specifically how they're going to spend $102,000 or however much money we've got to give away, and they track that. and share that with us. So April's going to give us an update.
And before we get into that, Ginger, there was a question that popped up on chat. Trina would like to answer regarding what we do as far as a woman
With
having
children?
Yes.
Perfect. Trina?
Hey, I think it was Miss, I can't remember. Hold on one second. Janine. She asked about our children program, our moms and kids, and what do we do around that? And so previously, before COVID attacked us all, we had the ability to bring in moms with children. And so women could come in with their children up to, I think it was 12 or 13, and we were able to house the mom and the kids. Once a woman went through a portion of our program, residential treatment and intensive outpatient, she was able to bring in the kids, because we truly believe that recovery and rekindling relationships is a huge part of long-term sobriety and recovery. And so, but because of COVID, we've had to pull out these children and the mom's program, and we use those units for quarantine. And so at Mending Hearts, we're able to not only test, but we're able to keep them in care during this COVID epidemic.
Thank you, Trina.
But we're looking forward to kick it back off as soon as we get COVID out of here.
Yeah, I think we're all looking forward to that. Trina, after April updates us, will you come back and just kind of tell us your story again for the new people that are on the call today?
Of course.
Okay, thanks. Okay, April.
One thing I wanted to touch on real quick, Ginger, you mentioned about the impact process. And I had mentioned when we received our check, it was competitive, and it actually kind of felt like a game show to us. We were kind of joking as a team because we really all had to come together and bring our pieces to share and do run-throughs and things. And we found that it really brought us together as a team, coming together to work through this and talk it out. And we really enjoyed the process. So I just want to say thank you for that. We really did enjoy it. So as you can see here, this is a little breakdown of what has been spent so far and how it's been utilized for our clients. I will say the day after we received the check, we had it in our office, and I walked in and there was a woman in the front, one of our clients, getting a hug from somebody. And they said, oh, this is the first person who's going to be receiving some benefit from Impact 100. And we were helping get her deposit on an apartment so that she could reintegrate back into society after she was done with our program. So that was wonderful. I mean, it was such a quick turnaround that we were able to help somebody. And so as you can see here, reintegration and paying rent for clients, and that's really deposits, getting their utilities started and get their footing to get started. And the basic needs. So one of the things, many of our clients do not have IDs or cannot access their birth certificates. So we make sure that they have all of those things. And as we mentioned with our medically assisted treatment and medical detox, that most women do not have insurance. So to be able to detox them and treat them medically and safely to go through the rest of the program, we provide medication. And then utilities, as like Diane had mentioned, and serving 110 women and keeping everything running and on for them. And so it's one less worry and concern they have.
Wonderful. Thank you, April. Day. All right, Trina.
Thank you, Ginger. Thank you. So again, I'm Trina Frierson, founding CEO here at Mending Hearts. And again, I thank you for allowing me in your presence. Our mission is really driven from my personal past of being a homeless, indigent woman myself, having to go through a transitional home. And I'm grateful for the process. There was a lot of great services for me, but there were also a lot of services that were not there, and I faced a lot of barriers. But, I'm grateful for the people who wrapped their arms around me, the women in the house mainly, who allowed me to come in that program with no judgment. They didn't ask about my creed, religion, my race, or anything. They're more were concerned about how could they help me stay on this journey to recover. I came out of jail with 3 T-shirts and 2 pair of jogging pants. And I remember my self-esteem dropping so low that I didn't want to go back out and find jobs or go to meeting and do the things that I wanted to do. But somebody came by and dropped a big old black trash bag, garbage bag, had a ribbon around it with a tag on it and said for Trina only. You know, I had lost all rights to family at this time due to my behaviors and, you know, continued neglect of abandonment of kids and everything. And so had no moral or family support. And so this woman came and dropped this bag off. And I just remember it's those little bitty things you miss in life when you're going through issues like this, is that I opened that bag up and all I could smell was this fabric sauce. And it was just rising up. And like, man, you would have thought that I just come out of JCPenney somewhere shopping with, you know, $1,000 worth of clothes or something. Like, it smelled so good and was clean and soft. And there was not one piece of garment in there was new, but it was new to me and it was new to my spirit. And it made me feel so whole at the time because somebody cared enough about me to bring me these clothes, because I was a big girl. I done laid in jail for a couple of years and ate all the Zuzus and Wham Whams, you know. I went in, you know, weighing 200, looking like a telephone pole, and coming out 450 pounds. So I couldn't wear the things I went in there in. I couldn't come out in them. But this woman made me feel whole. And from there, man, the women, they showed me the resources, the food banks. And, you know, they said, Trina, you eat when we eat. And it doesn't matter how much food you can bring to the table. And they gave me their bus passes. And it was just amazing how they wrapped their arms around me. But my story, being a 17-time felon, people just didn't, you know, the odds were against me. You know, the officers in jail said, we'll see you soon and we'll keep your bed warm for you. You know, that last run, I had the ability to say, not this time, you know, and people thought I would get out and do the same thing. But it was those women and people around me that loved me, that gave me the ability to do the right thing. And you know, people were calling from the jail, said, can you come and tell us how you're doing this? And I did, and man, and I never knew it was going to turn out like this, but it started getting cool and fun to go tell people that you could really live and do the right thing. And I was like, man, God, if you just show me how I can live without the use of, I promise to be a servant. Now, I wasn't trying to be on no pulpit or nothing, right? I wanted to be a servant. And so I started going back, telling them when they get out, I'd show them, I'd send papers back to the jail. When you get out, do this and this. And then one day it told me we needed a resource center. And I had a bright idea, and I was supposed to be in this building, and people would come in from jail and get all the services they need, somewhat of what we're doing now with this Impact100. But it was supposed to be this building. And I wrote this program, and it's supposed to be in a building. And my friend said, you just need a house. And I said, no, it's a resource center. He said, no, it's a program. He said, read it for yourself. And I did. And the first woman ended up coming into Mending Heart. And, you know, some of the struggles that I went through, there was a lot of issues. You know, I almost fell back to my old ways of life because my children were in state custody and all I wanted to do is pay child support. I never looked forward to bringing them back home. But somehow something changed, and I don't know if they broke the law. I know I didn't, but they gave me my children back without my permission. And so I started, you know, trying to take care of my kids, getting jobs. And, you know, the first woman we brought in our personal home, and it was like a domino effect. And, you know, I did what I knew to do, is try to put shelter around them and give them hope and healing. And we went over in a drug infested community, and everybody thought I had lost my mind. And I kind of did too for a minute, but the women were coming through and they were happy to be in shelter, and they were happy to be in community, and the love that they were getting with our basic humble needs. They were just excited to be there. And so in turn, man, we took one day at a time, and you know, we ain't always looked like we've looked, but we stayed the course and stayed the journey. And because of that, it's people like you that we're getting blessed by. You know, we started with one woman on the couch, and now we have 110 women. And like Diane and April said, you know, we are the largest full continuum, the only full continuum carrying the state of Tennessee. And so I'm just grateful to be a part of this journey. And I'm excited that, like, I believe that God has more on this journey for women to recover. And I'm just grateful to be that piece of tangible evidence that people see that change is possible. And we do get second chances. And it's not just for me. I'm fanning the flame for all women across the country. So we deserve to get our voting rights back. We deserve to go back to college. And we deserve to be all that we can be, even in recovery. So thank you, Ginger. I hope that gave you
Trina,
what you needed.
Trina, it did. That's wonderful. Can you share a little bit how your program's different than a lot of rehabilitation centers?
Yeah, so some of our sister programs are focused in on one category, whether you have moms and kids, and so we coordinate with a lot of our sister programs. We got Renewal House. Well, that's moms and kids, and you got to be pregnant, but you also have to be clean. We got Thistle Farms, who sex trafficking. You still have to be clean before entering. You got the YW. You still domestic violence. You still have to be clean. You got in slavery. You still have to be clean. And so the beauty of Mending Hearts is we don't care if you're pregnant. We don't care if you had sex trafficking. We don't care if you've been prostituted. We don't care if you're pregnant. We want you to come and we want to meet you where you are. And if you just took your last drug use, we want to bring you in. And I would have never imagined that we would be somewhat like a triage unit. So when a person just finished drinking and using, you can come into our program and we have a nurse practitioner on duty, just like the clinic does, and we can treat you just as they would at the hospital. And from there, we can continue your assessment to see what you need from what level of care. And our hope is that you stay long enough that we can acclimate you back to living like other people do. We can get you ready for employment, because it's people like Impact 100 who's going to bring you the dress clothes to go interview for those jobs. And so, then from there, you have the ability to stay in our program with wraparound services, meeting your basic needs, counseling, support, and mentorship, computer skills, and you have the ability to stay up in our program up to 2 years. And so one of the last issues we've suffered with for a while, and like many other people suffer with, is housing. And so a lot of our women can't afford that, but we're so forever grateful for, we believe that Mending Hearts will have permanent housing for these women in the next 2 years. And so we won't stop until we get it. Thank you.
I love it. Thank you. Does anybody else on the call have any questions for Trina, April, or Diane about Mending Hearts? They do incredible work.
I'd just like to say how amazing it is that you have this big of a program. There's so many charities in town that deal with women that are 20 women or 30 women, and that you can manage all this is amazing. Thank you.
Yes, great.
Can I just speak to that part of what Joanne just said? So this grant is a 2-year grant for us. I didn't say that in the beginning. And we are intending to serve over 325 women with the funds. So I think that is a big impact. And, it's basically 110 women, and it's turned over 3 times. So yeah, thank you.
It's wonderful. Thank you, Diane.
And we were able to serve over 425 women last year.
Wow. It's incredible. Anybody else have a comment or a question?
I would like to make one comment, if I may.
Please.
I am a faculty member at Vanderbilt, and Trina, a lot of times we focus on what she does internally with this organization, but the Women of Mending Hearts for many years has come and spoken at Vanderbilt in a class at Peabody College. And I can tell you that their stories and just understanding how we meet people where they are in community has impacted many of our Vanderbilt students. And I would dare say that some of the stories have impacted them enough that it probably saved some people's lives at Vanderbilt who were utilizing drugs. And they heard these stories and realized that they too could be in this situation. So Trina takes that message a lot of places. And we are so grateful to Mending Hearts for not only all the work they do internally, but also the work and the message that they give to many young people in our community.
That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. I think we have a question about some of the clothing that you're looking for.
So, we have women of all shapes and sizes. So really we want to make sure we kind of don't want to open up our closet until we have something for everybody. So we're really trying to get so that no woman feels like, oh, well, they don't have my size, So we want to make sure every woman feels, empowered and that she has what she needs to kind of go out. So really just, gently used business clothes of any type. We also take other clothing as well for, everyday use, but because of this Career Pathways program, we're really trying to set them up to be able to at least, go to some job interviews, whether that be Zoom or in person, and have the confidence for that.
That's wonderful.
And I will say, you guys, and I know this is a clothing drive, and April mentioned, nice used clothing for our women. But if for whatever reason that you went and bought this beautiful set of undergarments and you got home and you realized you ate one ice cream sandwich too many and it no longer fits, we ask you to please bring it aboard, because these women come in here with no undergarments and that white netted bag. And oftentimes we have to go out and do a specialty run, especially if they laid in there and ate all the zuzus and wham whams like me. So that is a special call to action. They definitely do need undergarments. So we appreciate anything that you could do around that.
Okay.
We have an Amazon account with a wish list. And so some of those pieces would be like linens and that kind of thing. So we're always updating that. And the other piece that's always needed is volunteers. We are a large campus with a lot of women. So, whether that's you come teach a resume class, if you love gardening and you want to come out in the spring, you like to paint and you want to, whatever that is, we have so many needs on campus, and we love to get to know our community and for them to get to know us. So by all means, we're always welcome, and we'll give you a tour anytime.
Great. Thank you.
Ginger, I was going to ask real quick, do you have, are you looking for clothing for how many women, and do you have sizes that you need?
We don't have a specific breakdown because, we are changing in that women graduate and come in, and it's kind of an ever-changing cycle. We would just say, probably from a size 2 to, the largest that you can think of, really. So, and we serve 110 women at a time. So ideally we would love to have, 110. Now I know that there's probably a more finite breakdown we can give for that. And as we get further into our Career Pathways program, I'm sure we'll do that. But for right now, we just trying to do a general collection, and then we'll see what we need from there, and then maybe ask in specifics of what sizes we need.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments?
So I may have missed this, but do you have one main campus, and where is it located? I just didn't know.
Yes, we have one
Yes.
main campus right now, and it's it's in the West Nashville, over off of 44th and Albion.
Okay.
Yeah, and so everything is there except for our independent living is about 2 miles away from there, a little bit off campus. So we're on the other side of Sylvan Park in that area, where it's growing really fast right now.
Okay.
And I will say it is not your typical campus. It's not like your college campus or your high-end treatment center. We were just creative and innovative in our way of doing things. But we actually reside within a 4-block radius from stop sign to stop sign. And then we start to tee off and L off a little bit on our side streets. But we were really, really grateful that we were able to go over there before all the development started. And so everything that we reside in over there in that 4 blocks radius was once a drug house, and what in reality, what you call a dope house, right? But because of our willingness to push forward and drive this mission, you know, we can say, yes, it was a dope house, but today it's a hope house.
Oh,
Do you own the houses? Does the organ?
90% of what we reside, I'll say 85% of what we reside in, we do. The other ones we lease.
And I just want to say too that so I've been with Mending Hearts for about 9 years, and when I came, it's one area, it's a 5 parcel lot, was all duplexes, built in 1968, and just it filled the purpose for a while, but then it just didn't. Okay, so it ended up being that the foundation was getting bad, and so over the years we have, and it's always been in Mending Heart's heart to have a place that, as we said, not institutionalized. So these women that are now living on campus are living in beautiful 8-bedroom homes with solar panels on the roof, brand new, I mean, just brand new homes. And they each have a room, and it's 2 stories, and we're getting ready to work on our 5th house down there. I dare say that it's probably a better house than many women, you know, I mean, at least for me anyways. It's gorgeous when you walk in, and it's granite countertops, and it's just amazing. And it makes them feel like, wow, I can't remember the last time I've had anything like this, you know. And so it puts them into community, and it really puts them into community, because it is like you're walking up and down your street.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we're grateful for THDA and Barnes Fund, who were able to provide the funding for those houses. That's the way we were able to build such beautiful homes for the women. So again, it's always, you know, a team effort. We can't do it alone.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right.
Do we have access to your Amazon wish list?
I can absolutely send a link to Ginger if that would work. And
Yeah. So yeah, send a link, and we'll send that out to our members, as well as the women's business attire information, again, as we had in our invite for today.
it is on our website, but we have to do a little updating. So I'll update the link and then send it out. Or you can visit our website, browse around as well.
Yeah, send it to us, April. Read it, we'll get it out. Thank you. It's great. Anything else? Any other questions or comments? Incredible story. Thank you so much for being on here tonight, for sharing this. We're so happy to be partnering with you. What you do is incredible. I don't think there was a dry eye on this during when you shared your story, Trina. So thank you so much for that. Yeah. All right. Okay, everybody. So you've heard one of our stories, one of our many stories today, and it's incredible. So now, you know, we want to share information on how to join if you're interested in joining Impact. It's really easy. It is $1,000 once a year, and as we said, all that money was pulled together, and we share it with our nonprofit community. So, and we make a huge impact. You know, it's one thing for one person to donate $1,000 for something, but when you pull 204 women together, you really make an impact. And that's really what we do. And so we want to grow our impact. So we want you to tell your network and bring your network of people to our events. I'm going to share some upcoming events we've got, but bring your network so we can grow. But these are ways you can join. You can go to our website and join. It's very easy. We've got a few events coming up I want to share with you. Angela is on the call today. Angela Bogley is over our membership, and she's got these wonderful Friday lunch and learns going on. So we sent those with the initial invitation to this as well. We'll continue sharing those. I think tomorrow is supposed to be in Franklin. Angela, let me know if that's correct. And I don't know about weather, if weather's going to impact that or not. Any update on that, Angela?
Yes, we're still planning on tomorrow, so long as we're not completely iced over. So fingers crossed that That is good. I think Janet lives close to the establishment, so she may hike there no matter what. But every 2 weeks, so check the events page on our websites. There will be a lunch, and we will rotate neighborhoods. If you want us to come to your neighborhood, drop me a note. And if you have a restaurant place, we're just keeping it casual. Send me an update. We're also going to start for people who can't lunch, Saturday morning coffees, you know, where you can literally roll out of bed, put on your yoga pants and sweatshirt and head out the door and just start your Saturday mornings with coffee and impact folks. And if Omicron goes away, we'll probably start off with some happy hours too. With our membership growing, I want to give many venues for people to mix and mingle, get to know each other, figure out how we can support each other as we grow, because supporting each other is a big component of maintaining the synergies and the dynamic strength of our group as we grow to 300, 400, 500, even 1,000 members, because it's a really grassroots democratic organization. $1,000 for everyone, equal vote, equal everything. So watch for that. And if you have any ideas, again, I'm open to them. I'm not the maker of all ideas. We have a few spotlight events coming up, which you'll see in the Lisa Link's wonderful newsletters that she gets out. We have a wonderful event coming up at Megan Barry's home. She's a member and graciously opened her home to the membership, and we're going to have to close out our membership drive, a garden party in my backyard where I give away plants. So I'm already starting that planning on what beautiful plants I'm going to give away. And then we start off our grant season with the big reveal, where we finally come together and realize how far we exceeded the 300 number. And we get to talk about what we're going to give away, what sizes of grants we're going to give away, and how we are going to get the word out to the nonprofit community so we can do it in a thoughtful, meaningful, and impactful manner.
Yeah, absolutely. So lots of events. Angela's got some great things going on, so stay tuned. You'll be getting newsletters monthly and updates on events. Always go to our website, like Angela said, and our events will be listed. Any updates, any information, that's where you can go if you want to join. That's where you can go if you want to reach out to one of us. Our information's there, so visit our website.
And now, since you're speaking of the website, if any of you know anyone who would like to donate some website fancying up skills, we'll take them. You don't have to be a member to donate website building skills. We know that we're growing, and that needs to be a more dynamic platform for all the people who want to learn more.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. Yeah. You know, everybody donates their time and their talent. So if you've got those talents, please reach out. We would love for you to donate your talents in any area. So let us know what you're interested in. And as Angela mentioned, March 23rd is going to be the in-person happy hour at Megan Barry's house. Tennessee Kids Belong. They're going to be there to talk about their experience with us and kind of what they're doing and catch us up. So you'll be seeing invitations to that. Bring a guest. It's going to be fun, and maybe our Mending Heart's crew will come too. We'd love it. So just going to hopefully a chance to get back together again in person and just meet each other. Right? Zoom is great, but man, I think everybody's zoomed out. So I'll be looking for these upcoming events. All right, so any closing arguments? Anybody that's a member now want to share just quickly why you're a member and what you like about it, or any thoughts about just Impact 100 Nashville? Suze, I'll call on you. So thank you, Ginger.
I think that I love this organization. I love the fact that I am part of an organization of just terrific women. And I love that 100% of my donation goes to a nonprofit. I love the sense of community. I love learning about the nonprofit community in Middle Tennessee. We say Nashville, but it's really greater Nashville. I think that Mending Hearts and Trina and the vision that she had and the story of her life that has formed her vision and formed her organization is just an amazing story. And to know that there's 110 women that we are going to, or more than whatever, that we're going to contribute to and help them on their road to recovery and to reentering the community is just, that impact is something that feels real tangible. I love the fact that when we do the grant process, it's competitive. I think it's pretty rigorous. And I am comfortable at the end of that process that every dollar that I donate is going to a worthy organization. So it's just a terrific, for those of you who are thinking of joining on, that are on the call, I would urge you. It's just a great place to be.
Yeah, thank you, Suze. I appreciate that. And yeah, just end the call by saying thank you so much for being here tonight. I love that Mending Hearts was here to share their story with you, because it's incredible what they do. And it's incredible what we do, because we all come together, pull our money and invest in our city. You know, what's a better investment than investing in your city and the surrounding counties? So that's what we do. That's our mission. That's all we do. And you're a part of that. You're a part of every step of the way. If you want to be a part of the grants committee and look at all of our nonprofits during the process, you learn a ton. You learn a lot about our city, what the needs are, and you get to partner with people like Trina, April, and Diane, which is incredible. They give their life to these causes, and we get to be there with them and help support them. So share the information about the business attire so we can get them some clothes. We will reshare it as well. But please look through your closet, pull some things out, take them downtown. Just giving women the pride to go for these interviews, right? And that's what it is, being able to dress up, feel good about yourself, and have pride in who you are as they start their life over, their journey over, is incredible. So help us do that. All right. It's great seeing everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for having us.
much.
Thank you. Thanks everyone for joining.
Bye, guys.
For letting me join.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.